Here we are.
Yay, we're here.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it tonight. If whoever is listening, and I see there's a few people hanging on already, you can go ahead and just reach out to other people and tell them that we are doing it, and we will get this puppy going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to the Top Talk.
Live.
Ooh, it's been a long day, PLo, but greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to another episode of To the Top Talk, the live version, brought to you by Yingling Flight. To the Top Talk is the original and longest-running Southern Miss podcast in the market. We are recording this episode on
October the 8th.
from beautiful Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Here, as always, with your break from the High Resource 4 propaganda to talk a little Southern Miss athletics. I'm your host, Jason Bailey, and that guy right there is the one and only Patrick Lowry.
Hey, fresh off my TV debut.
You did. You did.
That was fun.
Don't you love it when you do those TV spots and it takes like a half hour, then you see it and you're like 8 words? Yeah.
No, it was pretty quick. It was great. Delaney's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She is an absolute sweetheart. Today's episode is, of course, brought to you by Yingling Flight. Yingling Flight is a premium light beer brewed by DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, the oldest brewery in America. 95 calories, only 2.6 grams of carbs, 4.2% ABV per 12-ounce serving, crisp, clean, refreshing taste. Now available in 12-ounce slim cans and screw-top 16-ounce pints. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today. Funny story about Yingling Flight before we get into the rest of it, PLo.
Yeah.
So, myself, my wife, and my son Jack are flying up to Boston in the morning, and we are going to stay with the O'Briens, right? DOB, and actually going to check out the Boston College Clemson game on campus there on
Nice.
Saturday. It worked out perfect. I think we kind of picked this weekend because we had a Thursday game, and I can count on one hand the amount of games that are college football games that are not Southern Miss games that I've ever been to. So, and it's been a while. So,
Right.
so that's gonna be fun. But anyway, so Alicia, Dan's wife, texted me just a picture. She said, "I've got something waiting for you when you get here,"
Uh-oh.
and it was a case of Yingling Flight.
Hey.
I was like, "Hey,
Very
there it
nice.
is."
Well done, Alicia.
Yeah. But anybody who wants to have their voice heard, that's why we did this live podcast, while we bought the board, while we did the whole shebang. You feel free to comment through through messaging here. But you can also have your voice heard. PLo, remind them how to do that.
Yeah, just jump over to X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. There is a live there, but you'll need to go over to the Twitter space and join that. You can't see the video there, unfortunately, but it is audio only, and you will just request to go live with us there, and we can put you on.
And if there's any Georgia Southern people who want to hop on and give some expertise, I reached out to one guy. I hadn't heard back yet, but I just reached out like an hour ago, so he probably hadn't even seen it. But if you know any Georgia Southern people that want to hop on and talk about what the game's going to be like tomorrow night, the atmosphere, anything like that, go ahead and give them a shout and tell them how to do it. What happened since the last time that we recorded was the bye week for Coach Huff and the
Yep.
guys, and I'm pretty sure a bye week for Georgia Southern. If you want to check on that, Peeler, real quick.
Yeah, I think so.
But volleyball continues the hot streak. Soccer continues the not streak. And I took my that's just what it is.
Very nice.
I took my 9U team down to Gulfport for a baseball tournament. That was interesting. If we get into all that, I don't know, this episode went way longer than I wanted to. I did get to watch the Monday scrimmage out at the Pete. That was
Yeah,
fun.
jealous.
Super fun, man. Hung out with Matt Adams the whole time, just talking ball and life. It was cool. Softball is getting cranked up as well as just kind of like the baseball team is. We got a couple games coming up this week versus junior colleges, which is
Nice.
I don't think is normal, but maybe it is. And our very own PLo, like you said, you were on the news. So do you have that clip? Can we do the audio?
I do have the clip.
If you have it, go ahead and run with that. Whoever did not check out the 10 o'clock news last night, did we retweet it?
I don't know. Let's see if this works.
PLo made his television debut.
Visit a new city, they don't want an offering that they can find somewhere else. It's very important that
That's
we're
not
creating
PLo.
a sense of place here in
Oh, it's coming.
Hattiesburg that is unique to what only can be found here in our city.
Local food blogger Patrick Lowry says the week puts Hattiesburg's culinary scene on full display.
This restaurant week just puts a focus on all the special places that we have around town just to eat and go out and try something new if you haven't.
Lowry has spent years traveling the South.
Years.
He says not many places measure up to the Hub City.
Traveling around to other cities, there is great food, there is good seafood, but Hattiesburg has this just array of outstanding places to eat, and I think it's really it's one of the great things that makes Hattiesburg special.
In Hattiesburg, Delaney Dukes, WDAM 7, on your side.
There we go.
Hey, look at you. Fantastic.
Local media, man.
The camera adds 10 pounds.
Yeah, felt like 20.
Okay, well, no, that was fantastic. And people that don't know what that was referring to, the Hub City Eats is what it's Patrick's side hustle to his side hustle, and does a great job with that.
Yeah.
Topics for tonight's live show. There's a bunch of them we can hit on. We've already talked about a couple of them, but tomorrow night's game versus Georgia Southern. How you feeling? Right? Going to be a good game, bad game? Do we stub our toe on the road again? We've always all saw what happened at Louisiana Tech. Marshall last year kind of choked versus Georgia Southern and had a huge lead in the fourth quarter. And, not that we have exactly Marshall's team, which I know is that's kind of like the running joke, I think, is every time you see us playing anybody else in the Sun Belt, they're like, well, it's just Marshall last year. It's not just Marshall. We can get everybody, right? We got some key pieces, but we also got some people from Utah State. We had some people come back. We got some Eastern Michigan. Anyway, we got a bunch of different players. So it's not just Marshall. That's one thing that we can talk about. All your thoughts on how that game's going to go tomorrow. Hit up. What do you think about PLo right there, right? In his debut, is he too famous for us now? Next time we see him, is he going to be like, on TV and doing the whole deal and a brand new gig? My fam's heading to Boston. Any suggestions of what we should do while we're up there? The Sox are out of the playoffs, but I do think we're going to tour Fenway, right? And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a Boston lager or two and some chowder. So any places where I can do that you might know about, let me know. Basketball is right around the corner. Expectations for Ladner and the guys. I know that, I haven't talked to anybody where their expectations are really high. I've only been to a couple of practices. I can tell you that it's a lot different. I can tell you that there's totally new people, and I can tell you there's a lot less attitude. I think we're taller. I think we're longer. I think we're athletic. I have some questions about our shooting ability, which is not great. But I know that it's going to be a lot different. And I think everybody would look forward to watching something different than what we watched last year, right? So so what are your thoughts? And, I mean, even the renovations, if a shovel is ever put into the ground, what are you most looking forward to about being different inside of Reed Green Coliseum? We had Coach Eddie on, and we hadn't had the women's coach on yet, but we did have Eddie on, and he made some headlines on here. We retweeted that clip and put it out on everything, I think, Instagram and Facebook and all over the place. He made some talks about this team going to the national championship. Didn't predict that we were. He just said he didn't see any reason why we couldn't.
Right.
What are you most looking forward to as far as the golf team this year? And, are we a golf school? You make the call. Then those baseball scrimmages, yeah, lots of new players, lots of returners. Who's your favorite player this year? We're gonna have to. It was really weird watching somebody else wearing the number 8. I can tell you that. Whoa. Baseball music.
Yeah, I think something happened with that Twitter space. I've got it back up and running now, though. So if anybody wants to jump over there, it should be good now. I'm not really sure what happened, but that little jingle was us getting it back going. So
Okay, well, I'm not going back over all the stuff we just did. So
no, you can figure it out. If not, just
if you're a
comment.
Southern Miss fan and if you listen to the show before, you know what we talk about.
Yeah.
So just get up in here.
Yeah, at least just comment. If you're on YouTube, throw a comment out there. Let us know you're watching. We'll throw it up on the screen. And if you don't want your voice to be heard, you can at least comment and we'll talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So I tell you what, before we get into all of it, PSA for my wife. She is the fundraising chair for Sacred Heart PTO, and they're looking for sponsorships for the Sacred Heart 5K and Fun Run on December 6th. Sponsorships start at just $300 and include entries to the race, a T-shirt with your name on the shirt. You can call her at 601-408-9980 or email shscrusader5k@gmail.com and find out all about that. PLo, you going to be running that 5K?
Most definitely.
Perfect. And that's it. So let's get into it. Football. Here we are, 3-2, 1-0. I think all of us would have taken that at the beginning of the season. I know we probably would have taken that at the beginning of the last decade or so seasons. And it's kind of nice to look at the standings, PLo, and you look at the East Division, you see what's going on there. Some good teams up top. And then you look at the West Division, and for whatever reason, they have us listed first. Not sure why, but so Southern Miss leading that Western Division, it just, modestly at 1-0. But if you got to be on if you got to be on there, you might as well be at the top of it, right? So, I mean, when you look at these standings, what surprises you there? Does anything jump out at you?
Yeah, I mean, it's odd to see. I mean, Old Dominion's dominant. It's kind of been the at least in the East, it's kind of been the Coastal App State. They've kind of, I know Marshall won last year, but obviously they're a different team this year. So yeah, I mean, I feel like they've kind of carried that as long as we've been in the Sun Belt. And then the West, it's kind of been the Texas State or Louisiana even, or Troy. So I feel like the West is wide open. I feel like the East is a little more top heavy. But yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, James Madison and Old Dominion, they're both undefeated in the conference, 2-0 and 1-0 respectively, but then both 4-1 overall, right? And then after that, it's a bunch of 2-3, 3-2, 2-3. Whereas our division, Southern Miss, Troy, and ULM all sitting at 3-2. Is the biggest surprise there ULM?
Yeah, I mean, they've
when you get the news right before the season that they're going to have, are they even going to have a team, right? Are they going to have to drop down to FCS? Their AD bounced, right? And I think their coach is the acting AD. It's just none of it sounds like this is a team that's about to go out there and whoop some ass. And they've been even more than competitive, right?
Yeah.
So
and the last 2 weeks they've been favored, and and won last week. So
yeah, so good on them. And just as surprising probably is how bad Louisiana has looked at times. Even though they are 1-0 in the conference, I expected more out of those guys and Texas State, to be honest with you. But anyway, it's in South Alabama. I know that breaks your heart, but bringing up the rear there at 0-2 and 1-5 overall.
I hate that for them.
Yeah, cool light show after touchdowns there, right?
Sure, great chicken.
Yeah. So people that are traveling to Georgia Southern this weekend, weather-wise, what are they looking at, PLo?
Yeah, it's actually going to be cool there. Where I know they had a little bit of rain today, but I think it's supposed to clear up. Let's see. I think it's going to be pretty chilly there. Chilly from what we've had recently. So yeah, I think their high tomorrow is only 72 degrees. So lows down to the lower 60s. And so yeah, it could be potentially maybe a shower or something, but again, it's an 8 o'clock kick there. So I imagine it will be pretty comfortable at kick.
So the game that I'm going to, it's been, how hot it's been here. And I don't love the hot, but I hate the cold. Right.
I love the cold.
Okay. So, and it just so happens that when we make the trip, because yesterday it was 82 degrees in Boston. Tomorrow, the low is 38.
Love that.
So 2 days difference, right? We just happen to be catching it kind of when the cold front's coming this away, and that's where it's starting, obviously. So, it's not going to be that, but the game, the Saturday game is a 7:30 kick. So if it's 7:30 kick and it's like 50, the wind's blowing at all, I'm just frozen solid. We'll
Yeah.
just see how long that. And a game that I'm kind of, I don't really have a dog in the hunt, even though I'd like to see DOB's team win. Let's talk about this game versus. What is that noise? There's somebody waiting here.
Yeah, we just had somebody pop into the space, but no, we're good. No request at this moment.
Okay, gotcha. Upcoming game versus Georgia Southern. They are 2-3, 0-1 in the conference. So the games that they've played this year, they lost to Fresno State. It's weird looking at these scores. It kind of scares me a little bit. Like, it gives you a lot of hope, and then you're like, I don't know, because they lost to Fresno State 42-14. Ooh, they're terrible. They lost to USC 59-20. Like, well, I told you they were
USC 's
terrible.
good.
Then they beat Jacksonville State 41-34, right?
Yeah, common opponent.
They beat Maine 45-17. I don't know what Maine has, but that's you're feeling pretty good about yourself scoring 40 plus back to back. Then they lost to JMU 35-10. So then you're back to like, okay, we can handle this. But the only time we've been on the road, we stubbed their toe versus Louisiana Tech. So, I mean, just looking at it that way, if they're playing at home, right, and their home field advantage, I'm not sure how many fans there are. I don't think they're averaging just a ton of fans, but that might be their advantage, right? Where it's kind of just quiet all the time.
Yeah, the Rice effect.
The Rice effect, SMU back in the day. It was a joke, right? Fedora would have practices, and there was like nobody say anything, just to make it as silent as possible. Running through some of these stats for Georgia Southern, they're 26 points per game. They're averaging 136 on the ground, 212 in the air for 347 total offense. They have 17 touchdowns on the season. That seems like a lot. 42% third down conversion rate. They've only given up 4 sacks this year. AJ Arnold is their featured back, 6.2 average per carry. He's got 3 scores on the season. JC French the fourth is the quarterback, 946 yards, 60% completion percentage, 7 TDs, 3 interceptions. Nothing to write home about. They have 2 guys with 20-plus catches, Camden Brown and Dalen Cobb. Brown also has 5 touchdowns scored. So if this guy French is going to throw a touchdown to somebody, it's probably going to be to Brown. So let's make sure we're covering that guy. Brandon Tyson and Brendan Harrington, they tackle the most for those guys. Kind of do their impression of Chris Jones and Montgomery for us.
Yep.
Their head coach, I know you've heard of this guy, Clay Helton. So the same Clay Helton that led USC to a Rose Bowl back in 2016. He's been at Georgia Southern since 2021. Last year, he led the team to the New Orleans Bowl. He's coached in the college ranks since 1995. He's been at Duke. He's been in Houston, Memphis, USC, and now Georgia Southern. 2017 AP Pac-12 Coach of the Year. So this guy kind of knows what he's doing, right? Mm-hmm. And he's also, I listened to a press conference. He might be inching his way towards the hot seat a little bit. So the way I look at that is you have a pedigreed coach on a team that basically beat, who they think they're going to be playing tomorrow, like the same exact Marshall team. They had to come back to do it. Their coach is kind of inching his way into a corner, right? And they usually come out clawing in that situation. I'm not terrified by any of those offensive numbers that they put up, but I think it's also a game that if Southern Miss doesn't come out swinging, if we let something like what happened at La Tech go down, then it's going to be tough to come out of there with a victory, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it just, we've played well. I think it's kind of been a little bit of a roller coaster so far. But I think we're trending the right direction. But, what we did on the road last time still has a pretty bad taste in your mouth. So it's kind of like, got to get over the hump and win on the road. So,
yeah, there are a few notes from the Georgia Southern site. Do you have those pulled up?
Yeah, I can pull that up. So it says Georgia Southern starting defensive tackle Caleb Moore played in 10 games last season for Southern Miss before he transferred to Georgia Southern. The Eagles, they're also the Eagles, so when I say that, might be a little confusing, but they have 9 touchdown passes in their first 5 games, 7 of those coming from starter J.C. French, and then 1 apiece from Weston Brown and Dalen Cobb. So it looks like maybe receivers throwing
A little trickery
there. French has thrown at least 1 touchdown in 8 consecutive games. They have won 7 of their 9 home games played on Thursday night. Hello. They've won 5 of 6 games under head coach Clay Helton when completing 35 or more passes in a game. That's a lot. J.C. French, the quarterback, just needs 5 completions to set a new record for career completions. They have won 3 straight home games, 3 straight Thursday night home games. Let's see.
Wait a minute. So going back to that one, so they have won 5 of the 6 games under Clay Helton when completing 35 or more passes in a game. That's a lot of completions.
That is a lot of completions. Yeah.
So, I mean, looking at that quarterback's numbers, it doesn't seem to be their MO.
No, it doesn't.
To throw, I think if they attempt 35 passes or more, that's good for us.
Yeah.
That means they aren't running it anywhere, right?
Right.
And I'll take my chances. Anyway, go ahead.
The receiver Camden Brown that you'd mentioned earlier has had 100-yard receiving games in 2 straight contests. He had 118 against Maine and 111 against James Madison. And this will be the first football meeting in the modern era between Georgia Southern and Southern Miss.
The modern era.
Yeah, I don't know when that starts. Maybe when they started wearing hard helmets and not leather ones. I don't know.
Maybe. Could be. And yeah, if you're just now joining this live, you just popped on, you don't know what's going on. PLo and I do this on a weekly basis. And we are, when we do the lives, you're able to participate by calling in or by commenting in the comment section there. We would prefer if you would call in. But we'll take it any way that we can get it. So you can get through to call in. You need to be on the X space. The only thing you won't be able to do is see us there. But you can, and if later on, if we do this on a weekly basis, you can always just check out our normal podcast too, and check out a lot of the interviews that we've done in the past. Right? If you're anybody associated with Southern Miss, at some point, To the Top Talk has interviewed you. You can go back and find the whole thing through the last decade. And if you do go back through all of that, God bless you. Let me know how bad I sounded like 10 years ago. I might not have gotten a lot better, but surely I've gotten a little better. it would be frightening to go back and listen to some of that. But if none of that, we will just go ahead and we will get to the tweet of the week. And and we'll and then we'll do the pick 'em and we'll shut her down, right?
Yeah.
But tweet of the week brought to you by Katie Bailey with Dunbar Real Estate. Any house, anywhere, anytime. Call today at 601-408-9980. PLo, you want to take us through this tweet of the week?
Yeah, it's a good one. So this one comes from at USM_scoreboard. And it has Golden Eagles and then the greater than sign is bald eagles. So obviously they're the Eagles as well. They are the bald Eagles. We're the Golden Eagles. And then it looks like a
Chat GPT
type cadence there. So it says, in a one-on-one fight on neutral ground, the Golden Eagle would almost certainly win. It's more powerful, aggressive, and battle-tested bird. Its talons are stronger, and its combat instincts are sharper for hunting tough ground prey. The bald eagle, however, might win in certain situations, especially near water. Check the stadium, where its agility and experience as a fisher could help it outmaneuver the heavier golden eagle. But in pure combat terms, the golden eagle wins 8 out of 10 times.
That sounds like a Mike Leach thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
It's great. Well, the Pac, whatever, Pac-12, like when they were talking about the mascots.
Oh,
did you hear that with Mike Leach?
That. Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, the beaver said he's got to hold his breath pretty long. Said the tree is going to get chopped down pretty quick. He said the Trojan, is he on a horse? You know?
It's great.
It's good stuff. But anyway, no, that was a fantastic tweet by Southern Miss Scoreboard, and I would put our burner accounts up against anybody in the country.
Yep.
You know, they do a fantastic job every week. So maybe you can do something like that every week. That would be neat.
Yeah, it'd be great.
The football pick'em. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
How bad are you beating me? I was down by 8, I think, last time.
Yeah, do you want to roll that intro before we get into it?
Oh, yes. Wow, glad you mentioned it.
2 weeks in a row.
Sunbelt Conference Football Pick'em brought to you by J.C. Cook's Barbershop. The Cook name has been synonymous with barbering in the Pine Belt since the 1940s. Owned and operated in Oak Grove since 2005 by Chris Cook. They're located in West Hattiesburg at 5266 Old Highway 11, Suite 80 in the Liberty Shopping Center. No appointment necessary. Pop in and get yourself a trim today. That's where I go.
Nice.
I don't have to go as often anymore.
Yeah, well, isn't that something?
It's like, you know, when you're like Jack, every time I turn around, it's like, you need new shoes. You gotta get another haircut.
Yeah.
And me, it's like I've worn the same shoes since like the 9th grade. Well, same size. And my haircuts are way less frequent.
I remember buying basketball shoes in 8th grade, and I still wear the same size that I did then.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's fun. So last week we had obviously you and me, and then we also had DJ Cujo. He picked with us. So last week I was 4 of 6. You went 2 of 6.
Oh my God. So I'm down 10?
Yes. And Cujo he went 5 of 6. So we all got burned by that Texas State loss.
So Cujo beat us both.
He did. Yep. He went 5 of 6. Only.
Is there anything he's not good at? He's like one of those guys where I mean, you can't just be a great cook and a good dancer and you work out all the time and you're going to like the Bahamas to do DJ stuff and
Yeah.
you're the best at picking sports. You know, I want to find something he's bad
he
at.
picked the App State over Oregon State. We both went the other direction on that. But he was right. He said he thought the travel might be a problem, and they ended up winning. So
Yep.
kudos to him. So we'll jump into it for this week. Let me get a little music here while we do that. And here we go. All right. Again, just another short week. We're kind of in the middle of bye weeks. So only 6 games this week. Obviously, we know our game is tomorrow night. We'll leave that for last. But the rest of the games are on Saturday. And we're in the thick of conference play. So App State is traveling to Georgia State. And if you want me to go first or second, whatever you want to do. I've already made my picks for the record.
Well, Georgia State's terrible, and I think they've put me in a hole a few times. So I'm gonna go App State just because we've seen App State, and they've had some ability, and apparently Georgia State doesn't. So I'm going App State.
Yep, I went App State as well. I think even though on the road, I think they're going to handle business against Georgia State. Next up, we have Louisiana Lafayette traveling to James Madison.
That has a chance to get ugly. Especially, I'm not positive if the only advantage I think that ULL could possibly have is if it was a home game, and that's not because of crowd, that's because of travel.
Yep. I mean, they did beat Marshall in an overtime thriller. Maybe they got a little juice. I don't know. I think it's hard to go into James Madison and win, though.
That would be a shocker. I think we can all agree that it would be an extreme long shot.
Yeah, the spread's pretty big on this. I'll give it to you to help out. It's 17.5 right now.
Yeah, and I don't think Marshall's very good, so I don't really think that matters.
No, Louisiana.
Well, I know.
Oh,
But-
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So I'm taking James Madison. I mean, obviously that point spread means a little bit, but yeah, it's all of those things that we just talked about. That's the reason that I'm picking James Madison.
Yep. I am going to go with the Dukes as well. I think they cruise to victory. Speaking of Marshall, we have Marshall hosting Old Dominion.
So Marshall coming off of a heartbreaker last week, and now Old Dominion coming to their house. And Old Dominion's hot.
Yep.
So yeah, this is not one that Marshall's. Again, this would be a shocker to me. I don't know if it's a 17-point spread. I'm guessing. Let me see here. I'll take a wild guess. I'll say 8.5.
It is at 14.5 right now.
Wow.
So over 2 touchdowns.
Knowing that, if we were going spread, I might be tempted to take Marshall, but without the spread, there's 0 chance. So Old Dominion.
Yep. I guess I'm not going to let you make up any ground. I'm going Old Dominion as well.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I can't lose
games
anymore, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Another interesting matchup. We have ULM traveling to Coastal, so a little bit of a trip there for them.
Well, at some point, I mean,
earlier that they won, but they ended up losing. I was thinking in the Arkansas State game, but they lost this past week to Northwestern pretty bad. So they had won 2 in a row, but they lost to Northwestern, and so they're trying to bounce back against Coastal. They are slight favorites, just 2.5.
I would think that it's going to be tough. I feel like it's tough to win on the road in college football, in college anything, but specifically in college football, I think it's tough to win on the road. And at the same time, I feel like you're probably going to take Coastal. I guess if for nothing else, I've never had any ill will towards ULM. I don't think they're very good. I think they have really cool airplane uniforms sometimes. And that's about all that I can go on with ULM. Everything else is kind of terrible. I'm going to take ULM to bounce back versus a Coastal team that honestly isn't very good. And if there's only about a 3.5, would you say 3.5?
2.5.
2.5, which is basically just they're playing at home.
But 2.5 to ULM.
ULM's favored at Coastal. Okay. Well, I hope I didn't just go through all that to take ULM to see you also took ULM, but I'm taking ULM.
Well, unfortunately, I knew you were going there. You're like, you're going to take Coastal. I'm like, I'm not taking Coastal. Although I think it's a tough place to play, or at least it used to be. They just don't seem to have it figured out this year. I don't know. I'm going to go against the Beach Chickens here. I'm going to go with the Warhawks. Don't come back to bite me.
So it's a wash.
Yeah, we're even right now.
Yeah.
I think we probably will be through these last 2 as well. We have Troy traveling to Texas State. Texas State just lost.
Both teams sitting at 3-2.
To
Texas State 0-1 in the conference. Troy 1-0 in the conference. Is this one of those, like, who do you dislike less?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Troy's kind of a weird 3-2. Like, they lost to Clemson and Memphis, but the wins aren't really anything really great either. So that's kind of like I don't really know what you get with Troy.
I'll take Texas State.
I'm going Texas State as well. We're going straight across the board this week. I mean, the only one I'm iffy about is that ULM game. The other ones I feel pretty confident about, and that brings us to, as the music ends, Southern Miss traveling obviously tomorrow, or today, I guess, but playing Georgia Southern tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I have to take Southern Miss. And I used to not to. So I guess I don't have to. But yeah, I mean, I after our last game, it seems to me like we got our heads back on straight, right? And I do think that Georgia Southern is kind of backed into a corner right now. And this might be the game that kind of pushes them into a downward spiral. I think I believe in Southern Miss this game. Obvious homer, but I've picked against Southern Miss a lot through the years. So this is not one of those times. I mean, outside of just something crazy happening, like a really bad injury to a really key player super early, and some terrible calls, or I don't know, like outside of us just having the worst start, I don't see. I just think that Southern Miss has better players.
Yeah.
If you look at position wise all over the field, so I mean, and a lot of times I like to go coach, quarterback, and defensive pressure, and we might have all three of those. I think we have the defensive pressure, and I think we have the quarterback for sure. And I love Huff. I know that Clay Helton. We read all his accolades off earlier. So we know that he's able to coach. So let's call that one a push, and we still got 2 out of 3, so I'm taking Southern Miss. And you are too. So nothing can happen for next week.
100%.
So I'm still down 10.
Yes. Yep, rolling into week 8 next week. But again, I think the bye week stuff will probably fizzle out, and then we'll get back to
Week 8. Next week is week 8.
Yeah, and that's hard to believe.
We're 3
we
and
are in week 7 with the bye.
Okay. Oh yeah. You got you. Okay. Well, good deal. I would like to thank our title sponsor once again,
Yeah.
and remind you that Yingling Flight. Oh wait. Back it up. Because I also have to
Wrap up the pick'em.
Yeah. So the Sunbelt Conference Football Pick'em was brought to you by J.C. Cook's Barbershop. If you go, tell them To the Top Talk sent you. Get trimmed up and looking good for game day at The Rock.
Oh, one more thing we need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do a score prediction
Oh, for our game.
for our game tomorrow. Yes. And I can go first if you want to. I'll give you the over-under. I think this is the highest so far this season, potentially at 60.5.
So I think both teams are going to score a lot. Yeah, you can go
You're
first.
looking
Sure.
at like a 31-28-ish.
No chance.
Or 31.
In my opinion.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'd love it to be.
I don't care if we win 3-0, but I just that's a lot of points for our defense to give up. You can go first.
I mean, to get it to 60, yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I don't. Do we get to the 40 mark? 31 has been my number the last several weeks. I'm going to go. 41-17.
Ooh, wow! I'll take that one right now. I'll stick with that 41, and I'll say 41-24.
41-24. All right, cool. That
41,
wraps it
24.
up officially.
Yep. Officially.
And let me get us caught up on a couple. We've had a couple comments jump in here.
Okay. Yep.
Lee Ramsey Smith said over on Facebook, he said, Braylon has to play clean football. Agree. Our offense doesn't need to turn it over, especially playing on the road, and they are expecting a good crowd over 20,000, I'm assuming, with the extra 0 there.
Mm-hmm.
Agree with that?
Lee Ramsey, he's everybody's favorite firefighter here in Hattiesburg.
That's awesome.
Okay, great. And remind everybody real quick where they can follow you with your Hub City Eats, and if you have any interesting stories outside of your fame now that have come out with Hub City Eats this past week.
No, very little. Still letting it flood the market and the. No, it is restaurant week, and I hate this week's kind of crazy with Lisa traveling with the team and with being gone and just schedule. And I got some stuff going on this weekend. I'm not going to get out and try all this fun stuff that they have at Hubs. But if you are in Hattiesburg, go out and try. Go to the Visit Hattiesburg site and check out some of the special items that all these places locally have. There's some really cool stuff. I hate that I'm not going to get to take part in a lot of it. But Mark commented, he asked what time he said ULM USM, but we're not playing ULM. We're playing Georgia Southern. So our game is 8 p.m. Eastern, so it'd be 7 Central. And if you're curious about the ULM game, they are at 6 p.m. Our time. So yeah, and we are on ESPN2. Looks like
The
so
deuce.
7 p.m. ESPN2, not the Ocho.
Very good. And if you are watching this or you will watch this, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's growing a little bit, here and there. We're doing a lot more of these, so that would help us out a lot if you could just go ahead and subscribe. You don't have to, that's not how you have to consume it. It's a very easy way. If we do these live episodes, you can go back and you can hunt through the Facebook feed and the X feed and all that, or it's just right there. If you favorite it, it'll give you a little alert when you hit that little bell on top of it.
There's a little tab on there that says like videos, and then it'll say lives, and so all of our lives are kind of categorized on there. So if you want to go back and catch up on something, they are all there on YouTube.
Sure thing, and we will hit these news in other sports, and we will get out of here. So if there's anything, like you've just heard us lay out pretty much everything that you can know about tomorrow night's game, hit us up. If you've been to any of the baseball scrimmages, been a lot of them there. Been a lot of people there. It's 400 or 500 people every time I go. So if you've been to any of those, who's standing out? Who's your favorite player going to be this year? It's going to be a lot of people that go with Russo, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's already been a favorite player, but there's some characters out there. There's a lot of good competition. There's some transfers. Leger's doing his thing, and the pitcher that he brought over from ULL. So it's looking good. I think when we have a chance to be, boy, we're always good. But man, I'm telling you, PLo, might be something special about this group. I don't know.
Love to hear it.
In other sports news, baseball wise. Trick or Treat, we've reported this already, but Trick or Treat at the Pete is going to be back on October the 23rd. It's a fantastic event, super, super cool. Everybody dresses up.
I'm still advocating for Trick or Treat at the Pete at the Rock.
What?
Trick or Treat at the Pete in the Rock, just because it seems like we've almost outgrown the Pete. It's become such a big event.
It did start off
it can get
smaller than it is now, and now, I put my drink down for a second. I think it was last year. And I look up, and he's just nowhere to be found.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't even explain what he's wearing because I didn't know. I mean, I knew what it looked like. I'm like, I'm not. It was a character from Fortnite.
Okay.
And I was like, it's the orange dude. There's no way for me to. And finally, I found him. But anyway, you're right. It is growing by leaps and bounds, which is a good thing.
Which is great. Yeah,
very good.
That's more comedy than anything. But I think it would be. I don't know if it continues to grow at the rate that it is. It might have to be in the conversations.
Mm-hmm. In softball, we mentioned in the open, but the ladies are taking on a couple of junior colleges this week over at the Blade, which still needs to happen.
Yes.
Whatever does happen, it absolutely started here.
Yes, we need to talk to
that was today. They played a game today, October 8th. That's today, at 5 p.m. versus Colin. Please God, tell me that we won that game. And then October 10th, 5 p.m. versus Itawamba. And I don't know if this is normal, that we normally do that, but we're definitely doing it this week. So pretty cool. If you're a junior college, you can come play Southern Miss, right? That's neat.
Sure.
In basketball news, so the men's team, there's the black and gold scrimmage is open to all fans. It's October the 13th, which would be Tuesday. Is that right? Monday. Is that Monday?
Let's see. October the 13th will be Monday. Yep.
Monday. That's a holiday. So everybody should go to that. The admission is free for that. It's a black and gold scrimmage. We have a bunch of new guys. It's a great chance to come and see. You know what? Is Bump right? Do we have a lot of height, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism? I think we have all three of those things. Prove me wrong. Go to that scrimmage. See what you think. And basketball also announced November 22nd through the 23rd in Pensacola. They're going to have a tournament. It looks like North Florida, playing North Florida on November 22nd, and either UT Martin or Prairie View A&M
A&M, yeah.
versus, so
That's a cool logo.
what?
I mean, like a
The Pensacola thing?
Yeah.
I do like that. Like on a pocket shirt?
Sleeve. Yeah.
For sure. Also, deadline for season ticket holders to renew is this Friday, October 10th. I know that because our boy Tyler reached out to me today by text message. He's like, "Hey man, you hadn't done it yet." I was like, "You're right, I haven't. How much does it cost?" So he told me. So we're going to renew by the time the Friday. I think if you get in this week, you can still do the 2-month thing, right?
Yeah.
So you can split it up into 2 different payments.
We need to do decide what you're going to buy for the year and then just make 12 payments. Like roll it all into one thing.
I mean, look,
great is that?
If you were to roll in for me, it would be basketball, baseball, football, and Eagle Club.
Yeah.
However much that turns out to be, like
Yeah.
a couple $1,000 or whatever, maybe a little bit more than that. Anyway, it'll be somewhere right around there, and then you can be like, "Hey man, you're good. We need $200 a month or whatever it is."
Yeah.
That's a good idea. In soccer news, Attack Eagles is in the house. About time.
Oh, come on, dude.
Soccer, just in time for soccer.
Soccer
Soccer,
we've
we're
all been waiting for.
2-10-1, and then 1-5 in the conference. We have lost 4 matches in a row. The latest losses coming to ULL 5-0 and to ULM 3-1. Let's not go to Louisiana anymore. Doesn't look like we can go anywhere, but Louisiana's particularly terrible for us. That's a total of 8-1. Assuming they're both in Louisiana. I don't even know. It's been a long season. Next up, Arkansas State is coming to Hattiesburg Sunday, October 12th at 1 p.m. So get yourself over there to the, whatever it's called, Marshall Bell, I think, soccer place. Get a lot better at soccer and I'll know the name. How about that? Seems like a good deal to me. Football. Southern Miss Athletics is rolling out a new single game ticket promotion. We did this last week. Do you want to explain this, PLo? You did a good job of it last week.
Yeah. So basically, the earlier you buy, the more you can score is kind of what they're calling it, the golden advantage. So if you buy in these windows, you have an opportunity to basically at the bottom level, you're going to get 6 upper level tickets or 4 lower level tickets. If you buy, and that's purchasing, I guess we've already passed the first window. So we're in the second window, which would get you a homecoming t-shirt, a Eagle Perch complimentary pass, and 2 tickets to the exhibition on men's basketball exhibition. So if you buy between today and the 12th, if not,
let me ask you this: do we pay for the exhibition? Is that normally a ticketed event? It doesn't seem like we normally pay for ticketed events exhibition wise.
They may not want you to know that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Reaching just a little bit. Hey, I'll take it. Well, whatever promotion we can come up with, let's go ahead and push it and see what we can do. I see Attack Eagles there. Yeah, Eagles by 3 scores more. I feel like he does. Man, he's such a sunshine pumper too. It's not like me to get on board with that, but we've seen it with our eyeballs, right? We've seen the bad from the last several years. We know that we've seen the good. And I said at the beginning when we started doing these shows at the beginning of football season, I said I just want to see it. I just want to be shown.
Yeah.
Don't just be told that we're good. I want to be shown that we're good. And I mean, I think we all saw that, right? I think we've seen that a couple times so far. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that we can go into anywhere and not look like we belong.
Sure.
And if we play well, it's hard for me to believe that a lot of teams could stay up, like, keep pace. So, I'm with you, Attack Eagles. I'm fully on board, which is horrible for our karma.
Yeah.
You know?
Chad chimed in and said 34-28.
And there goes PLo. He's gone. Chad just Chad comes out with the comment about 34-28. There he is. PLo's like, I am out. This guy has just drove me like over the edge with this 34-28 nonsense.
I'm not going to stand for it. I'm out of here. No, my mouse is pretty sensitive, and I swiped and went back a page, so I kind of have to be careful. It is getting late.
Yeah, very good. PLo, volleyball. As bad as the soccer team's doing, volleyball is going the other direction. So get us caught up on that.
Sunshine. So volleyball is sitting at 11-4, 3-1 overall in the conference. They recently have split with Arkansas State last week, 1-1, lost Friday 3-1, won Saturday 3-2. Outside hitter Bryn Botkin has been recognized nationally this week as 5th in the country for aces per set. Wow, she had 10 aces versus Arkansas State, which is a program record.
Do you think she just found somebody to hit it at? She was like, that person sucks. And just,
I don't know.
Is that how you do it?
Kind of put that like top spin where it like gets over the net and just dives. So I don't know.
We should do a promotion where we get out there and don't try to play against them because we get drilled, but just like, can we return anything?
No, true.
Like, hit me with your best shot. I bet I can dig it. And then PLo, you can spike it.
Yes, let me get over that net. Up next for volleyball, so it looks like Friday they will be versus ULL. So Friday at 6, Saturday at 2, and Sunday at 1. So that is at home. So if you want to check one of the hottest teams on campus, 11-4, rolling. You can do that this weekend. So again, football's playing tomorrow night, so you have weekends free if you want to catch the Eagles in action. But looking over the Sun Belt standings for volleyball,
I know we're good. Like, where do we rank?
So we on the east side, Coastal is 12-4. Georgia Southern is 12-3. Coastal's undefeated in the conference. Georgia Southern and James Madison are both 3-1. You have App State at 2-2, and then kind of the bottom feeder in the East is Old Dominion at 0-4, 3-12 overall. On the West, we have South Alabama. They're 4-0 in conference, but they're 9-6 overall.
That's weird.
So they must have played
because you look at Georgia State in the other half being 1-3 in conference, but 10-5 overall.
Right.
Weird.
So right behind them, we are sitting at 3-1 in the conference, but like I said, 11-4 overall. So really on the west side, the Southern Miss has the best record. Then you have Louisiana, Arkansas State, Texas State, Troy, and then ULM is unfortunately 0-4 in conference and 9-9 overall.
And lost 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Looks like Old Dominion's pouring all their money into football. Poor bastards. Let's see. It looks like tennis is at the University of Alabama.
Oh, yeah,
tomorrow. I don't know if you can check that out anyway. And if you're looking for the updates on the Southern Miss website, it never happens. So
maybe the Alabama website will have it.
Ooh, maybe so. Men's golf. So, of course, the men won the Badger Invitational up in Wisconsin, but they're at Little Rock in the Little Rock Buick GMC Classic on October 13th and 14th. And then October 18th through the 20th is the big one down at Fallen Oak, at the Fallen Oak Collegiate, where everybody in the world's in it. Eddie talked about it, like 8 SEC teams, I think, and then Wisconsin's coming down. And you probably
State or something like
that. I
mean,
there's tons of teams that are in this thing. PLo, if you wanted to go down and walk around for a bit, I could be talked into it.
Ooh.
Do we have a football game that weekend? October 20th, 18th? Wait, is that a weekend?
I think that is that the homecoming weekend? Is that the weekend we're back at home?
Maybe so.
We are at Louisiana that weekend, the 18th.
Okay, well, let's think about it.
So it's
How
a
about that?
possibility.
We got a couple weeks to think about it. Women's golf placed third in the Diane Thomason Invitational hosted by Iowa. There were 16 teams in the field, so third's pretty awesome. Up next for them on October the 20th, they're competing in a tournament called the Alley. It is hosted by Mississippi State in West Point, Mississippi, October 20th through the 22nd, so it's a 3-day. And as that for golf, the M Club Hall of Fame tickets, we've talked about this before, but the Hall of Fame tickets are on sale now for that ceremony. It's November 14th at Southern Oaks. You can go to southernmiss.com, find the M Club section, and buy your tickets there. And to the Top Collective, they're at it again, doing cool stuff. PLo, you want to run us through the latest on the collective?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the Wizard. Cheers,
if you
mate.
haven't checked out their social chat, they're doing a lot on social with videos and different things. It was a great video with Nelson and Peter and
Toby.
Barker and the new alumni
What's his name?
director. I forgot his name. Anyway, that was a great video there, but they have a tweet here that talked about them mixing up something special that basically inviting people homecoming week celebration you wouldn't want to miss. So you'll find the collective down at Bourbon on Front in downtown Hattiesburg on Thursday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. It is a free event for members of the collective and the Southern Miss alumni. So go check that out. I'm sure they will be tasting some of the new Southern Spirit bourbon and anything down on Front Street I'm a big fan of. So
Yeah. Good steaks.
yeah.
And they got this good tuna thing. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, that shrimp appetizer they have is insane.
That tuna.
one of my
God,
favorites.
whatever it's called. It's an appetizer too. It's fantastic. And that's it, man. Please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if there's nobody that wants to chime in, let's go ahead and do these shout outs and hit
Yeah, we'll get
the
it.
row
It's
ad.
been a quiet night from you guys tonight.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'll go first. I wanted to give a shout out to Delaney. Like I know we mentioned earlier on the show, she reached out for that interview, and I was more than happy to help her out. And she did mention that Scott said to tell PLo hey, so that was funny. But yeah, so shout out to her. She was so kind, and we are blessed to have her in Hattiesburg. And secondly, I think I mentioned this last week, but I'm going to do it again because my wife has a birthday coming up. Still not there yet. Going to celebrate her again. And hopefully she gets to watch a Golden Eagle victory tomorrow on the road. So shout out to you, babe. Love you. And that's it for me.
Very good. I want to give a shout out to Cloverleaf Mall on X. So he's a friend of ours. We're involved in some text threads together, and we've had him on the show before. Great dude, super smart guy, completely just the quickest. I don't know how he does it. You're in that world with video and stuff like edits. Something happens, and within minutes, he put out something that would take me like a semester, to get out. And he's just spot on with it. But so his family dog took a walk across the Rainbow Bridge. It's never easy, man. That's tough. He talked about it today on Twitter. So thoughts and prayers up for you, brother Leaf. Keep strong, dude. That's no fun whatsoever. On a brighter note, Matt Adams, we talked about it earlier, but got to hang out with him and talk baseball and life for a couple hours during the baseball scrimmage at the Pete on Monday. Because remember, the Sunday was rained out, so they pushed it to Monday. And it rained all day Monday, too. Good thing about that turf field is that, it stopped raining at like 4:30, so they played at 5:30, right? And he's soon to be a financial advisor here in Hattiesburg and soon to be married. So he's got the world by the tail at the moment, and it was just real fun hanging out. He walked down, so I pulled in the golf cart and I went about halfway down, kind of like right where the lounge is, and just parked sideways. And I was like, I'm going to stay here for a second and then walk up in the stands. Well, about 5 minutes after I got there, Matt walks up and I think he just came to say hi. Next thing you know, we sit there talking baseball for 2+ hours, right? Just what a good dude. And also a shout out to Matt's little brother, Cade. He's a catcher on the team now. And I want to say he got 3 hits the other day. So
Nice.
Lots of offense in that game. There's 10 runs scored in 1 inning. Lots of just bullets being hit everywhere. Fun to see.
Love that.
And anyway, so shout out to Matt and his little brother, Cade. That's great. This episode was brought to you by the premium light beer Yingling Flight, established in 2020 by the oldest brewery in America. Crisp, clean, refreshing taste, 95 calories, only 2.6 grams of carbs. Pick yourself up some Yingling Flight today. Wizard, I'll see you. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. And we really appreciate that. Remember, you can follow me at Bumper J. Bailey and Patrick at P. Lowry. Follow us on all the social at To The Top Talk. And don't forget about the mailbag, tothetoptalk@gmail.com. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell somebody to the top today. And as always, Southern Miss.
To the top.
Talk. Why are you mad?
I could play